yesterday. Beginning of the seminar, what she said, oh, it's kind of embarrassing for me to look at this picture. It looks like this picture has been taken 20 years ago. So she said, I look older now, so I kind of feel embarrassed. So let me just move to next screen quickly. That's why she moved it over. And she wanted to explain people who are involved, economic activities, people who are involved in terms of earning money falls into 4 different categories. And this concept has been introduced by this Robert Kiyosaki. And as you know, this Robert Kiyosaki Rich Dad Poor Dad book has been a bestseller for how many years? Right? This book has been a bestseller for how many years? And this book actually introducing about this cash flow four quadrant. And the people who are doing economic, so people who are earning income falls into 4 different categories. And Carol actually shared with her personal story. Before coming to Canada, she first went to Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, she was an employee. She worked as a toy designer. So she was working as a toy designer, so she was employed. And when she came to Canada, she opened up a flower shop. So she worked as a florist, and she owns her own flower shop. She's an employee, self-employed, without putting your action, no income. If one day she gets sick, if she's not able to open up her flower store, she won't be able to get income. And who also falls into self-employed? All the good career that we know, accountants, lawyers, judges, they're also falls into the self-employed. Without their performance, they won't be able to create an income. So most people are falling into this category, and they are after income, earning money. But people in this category who are business owner, when we're talking about business owner, like franchise owners, not the people who just have a grocery store around the corner, they are still considered as a self-employed. So business owner, investors, what they are after, they're after creating the wealth, creating the asset. So same types of people, but depend on their action, what they're focusing on is different. Employed, self-employed, they're focusing on income, but business owners, investors, they are focusing on creating an asset. And this is another popular book talking about the pipeline. So why we are doing it at Atomy, we're trying to create the pipeline for our future. And this is written in Korea. So basically she said, in order for you to look for opportunity, right? In order for you to look for our opportunity, those are the 4 different categories you all need to go into. So number 1, the opportunity that given to you. The opportunity given to you is right for that trend. It's right for that era. And number 2, the product the company is dealing with, is it really good and it's really affordable? That's the second question you have to ask. And number 3 question you should ask when the opportunity comes to you, the owner, the CEO of the company, does he have ability and does he have a character? And number 4, this company, the company that you got introduced into, if this company has the compensation plan, right? Compensation plan where you'll be able to get your income for a lifetime. So you have to look for all 4 different categories. So let's check all those information by looking at the slide. So when you look at the slide, what comes to your mind? Of course, AI and automation cars. So something we really won't be able to be part of it. And because of that, many people are losing jobs too. And we also face into the scary reality. The pandemic happened, that's nobody predicted, but many people are suffering through pandemic. And because of this 4th industrial revolution, many of the jobs that we know are disappearing. So we are faced on that, the scary, the sad reality. But let's look at the opportunity that Atomy has. The product that Atomy dealing with, it's absolute quality and absolute price, what we call it prestige strategy. And not all the product. Let's talk about some of the top product which Atomys are dealing with. And number 1, and I'm sorry, it's in Korean. So number one is Hemohim, and Hemohim has been a number one single item in a similar company. So it's not in every company in Korea, you know, like from among network marketing companies. So six consecutive years, this has been a number one single item best selling for like 60 years. And Absolute Skincare, also Absolute Skincare set, actually it's not an ordinary skincare set. This skincare set has to be an award in Korea. So you can consider as a Nobel Prize in Korea. So IR52, like Changyeongsil Award, which they haven't received. And this one is a number one in sales in terms of skincare. And they also, the famous skincare, it is an upgraded version of original 6 skincare set. It also has a great sales. And Atomy's probiotic, and Atomy toothpaste. And when she was talking about the toothpaste, it's not ordinary toothpaste. Toothpaste also has a bee propolis in it. And she also added a story about, you know, which I shared last week, I believe. And Atomy willing to give back to the customers. Like they want to reward customers. So when Atomy toothpaste was introduced, it was 180 gram, but they decided to increase to 200 gram. So there's a story behind it. So when CEO Hangul Park came to USA and he was shopping around in Walmart, and I'm sure he's not gonna shop around Walmart to buy something. He went to Walmart and he checked out the toothpaste selling there. And he noticed that many of the toothpaste are in 200 gram. So he talked to himself that, you know, when I go back, I'll try to make our Atomy toothpaste 200 gram also. And that's what he tried, and that's what he made. So with the same price, he was able to increase our toothpaste to 200 gram toothpaste. So those are the products that this company is dealing with. So let's go over with the number 3 question. What was it? Like, what is the ability? Right? Let's check the ability of this this CEO and the character of this CEO of this company. CCM. So this is something that Carol didn't ask. So if you're asking for what is a CCM, when you look at some of our product, Absolute Skincare or Frame Skincare set, you will see this logo. So in Korea, once you see this logo, as a customer, there's no zero doubt. In order for companies to get this certification, they need to go through a lot of, you know, regulations. Like they have to go through a lot of regulations, which means they pass it everything. So they have been proven, right? Atomy has been proven that everything they do, it's focusing on customer. So Atomy is the first company as a network marketing company to receive the CCM certification. So it was a one good thing for us to celebrate. And so this is an ability that our CEO Park has. And let's look at his character. And oh, the picture has disappeared. Remember, there was a picture that CEO Hangul Park being part of a lot of donations. She talked about the donation. So our CEO Hangul Park, even before he created that income. So when he started at Atomy business, of course, he couldn't even make lots of money. But even when he was making a small money, instead of he bring it that income to his family, even $200, $300, he donated that amount to the school near the office. And starting from that amount has been increased. And now we all know CEO Hangul Park doing a lot of donations. And it's not just about giving money. He himself getting involved with that donation or charity or foundations. And we all know duplication. So that's why many of the leaders, successful leaders in Atomy, are duplicating our CEO Hangul Park. So they're also getting involved with a lot of charity works. Let's look at, so number 4 question, remember, you have to look at how this company is growing. Will this company be able to give us the constant income? So let's check out how this company is doing. So starting in 2009, this company started as a 25 million as a sales. But let's see how it has been changed after 10 years. So after around 10 years later, now it's almost like 1.8 billion. So close to $2 billion company. So just in 10 years, this company started with a 25 million, became a $2 billion company. And we all know every year Atomy is being posted on this DA Global 100, and last year we ranked at 11, and I just cannot wait until they reveal the new number for 2021. Also, this is the picture. So our Sea Hungry Park, it's not only donating, but they're also getting involved in terms of all the charity works. I believe this is a school. This is a school in Cambodia, and I believe like before pandemic, 3 times a year he will visit with his wife, and he get involved in the whole event. And this is the Atomy run, so it was held in Korea every year, once a year before pandemic. He even got involved in this running. He's not just sitting and watching, but he get involved in terms of this Atomy run. So with this opportunity, let's look at let's check out some of the information about this opportunity which is given to us. So in order for us to create a passive income, let's see what we need to give it in. Basically nothing. There's no membership, there's no Atomy membership, there's a monthly annual fee, and we are given this Atomy online shopping for free, and we don't even have to pay for the monthly fees. And Atomy has a system where the binary and with unlimited level global ID, one global ID can't cover the whole reason where Atomy is opened each branch. So you'll be able to get the people from all over the world. So that is one great opportunity that we have. And this is something, so when we share Atomy, so I think that's what, when we share Atomy, many people hate network marketing because they think it's a pyramid scheme. They think about that, the triangle shape. They think about only people at the top are creating income, but Atomy does have a different system. Atomy doesn't have a different compensation plan. Atomy, where we do have a ceiling, income ceiling. I think there is no MLM company out there which has an income ceiling, but Atomy has income ceiling. So as you can see from this slide, doesn't matter when you start, we all be able to be at the same level. And you probably hear some of the leaders when they're finishing, right? When they're finishing their lectures, they all say, let's meet at the top. This is what it means. As long as you don't give up, you consistently do Atomy business, we all be able to meet at the top of $50,000. And now Atomy, since it's growing, it's not only $50,000, we can also say $100,000 a month. So we all have a residual bills. And she said, before doing it at Atomy or before getting involved in this business, I never thought about the word passive or residual income. I think I was very naive in terms of those terms. But after I getting involved with Atomy, I get to know residual income and how amazing it is. There are like bills we need to pay all the time, which means we also need a certain types of income source where we'll be able to pay off those residual bills. So why don't we welcome this amazing platform business opportunity? And if you want to know how to do it, plug into the system. And she was really empathizing plug into the system yesterday. And like one example she have added, while even doing this business, your passion will go up and down. Your eagerness to do Atomy will be high and low, because you will face challenges and you will go through the rejections. So whenever you have a hard time, of course, your energy will be drained and you don't really want to pursue with this business. But by plugging into system, you'll be able to recharge your energy, and then you'll be able to go out and face the world, and by doing that, you'll be able to create the result you want. Where you get the energy, you will where you can consistently recharge your passion for Atomy system. And she share the story of she doesn't live in Toronto, she lives a bit far away. So in order for her to come to the center, she needs to wake up 7 a.m. She needs to leave home 7 a.m. In order for her to come to the center, everyday meeting, she needs to leave home 7 a.m. and she will be arriving at the center. But after the center meeting, if he finishes around 11 a.m., what she did, she went to Ottawa. So she left on 7 a.m. and she arrived at the center after the meeting. 11 o'clock, she will head to Ottawa. And when she head to Ottawa, of course, she will have a meeting with her partners or members. Instead of sleeping over, instead of staying one night, she will come back to Toronto. The reason she wants to come back to Toronto because she doesn't want to miss the meeting next morning. She knows the importance of attending meeting, and then she said, I really enjoyed going to the meeting, gaining new information, and I really love the fact that I'm being surrounded with a lot of positive people. The energy I'm getting from those positive people, it was excellent also. So after the meeting, when I come back, of course, I feel tired. I feel sleepy. So sometimes I just park at the gas station. I just take a short nap, and if I go home, I know that I'm gonna sleep. So instead of going home directly, I'll just come to center, and I'll just sleep at the sofa because I really didn't want to miss the meeting. That's how that's how much I was crazy about the Atomy and knowing the importance of plug into the system. We all have a different types of tool. And I was kind of laughing, like, why she found this picture? Like, well, how is it related? So in order for us to create a residual income, there are many different types of tools, but having a right tool, picking a right tool also help you to accelerate or lead you to the right way for you to get the results you want. So let's do this business together as a team. Yes, it's a teamwork, and without taking it action, you're not going to see the results, and we need to put our focus. Those are the three investment we have to put it for our business to grow. And I think that was end of it. And I think and then after that, remember we watched one video, and there was four questions. So first question was what is the one thing she will change if she do it again, right? One thing she regret, I think, and then she mentioned that, yeah, if I go back and do it all over again, instead of focusing on the members, living kind of far away, because she said she was focusing on the people in Montreal, London, Ottawa. So she need to kind of travel. But instead, if she have spent that time here and then actually educate all those consumers how to shop and you know how to use the product, if she spend traveling time to educating, probably she'll be able to see, like, bit better result, and she wouldn't lose those customers way back then. And what is it? In order for you to be a good leader, what attitude is needed? And she said, you try. Okay, Atomy is a relationship business, so you need to learn how to understand other person. Yes, we are doing business with different genders, different background, different age group. So everyone have a different way of thinking. So instead of forcing them to fit to your style, try to understand and try to think from their position. That's a way for you to keep it as a good team and keep good relationship with your group. And I don't remember what was the third one. And I think it was a question that, since you've been doing Atomy for long years, is there any funny memories about Atomy Canada? And she mentioned about she was congratulating Atomy Canada for its 10th year anniversary, and she was talking about, even before she was sales master, or even just after becoming a sales master, she got involved in the company seminar. So where she needs to go to London with the Atomy staff, and she was ready to present, and all of a sudden company goes, oh, you cannot present with your file, you need to present with our file. So she was shocked because she never practiced. So she said, only thing I remember, because I wasn't even ready, I didn't even know how the slide looks like the company provided. So she said, I remember only thing I said, it's absolute quality, absolute price, you should use it. Absolute quality, absolute price, you should use it. I remember I was keep on repeating myself with that. And I know it was a very successful seminar, but that is a memory that I have it. And now he is a president of Atomy company, Tae-Young Kim. he actually got involved with the development of Atomy Canada. So when there was a tour for Vancouver or Calgary, I'll also be part of it. I was just a sales master, but I was be part of that the Canada tour. But what was grateful about me was at the time I was able to spend time with the Atomy staff, and I was able to spend the time with the president. So I'll get a little bit more about Atomy information, and it was very useful. And what was it? Another story she shared? I think last one was the funny story about the washroom. When Atomy Canada was established, established here in Canada, their office was pretty small and they only had one washroom. And there was 4 gentlemen and 1 lady working, so they all need to share the washroom. So which means like it wasn't a great place to work. But how it has been changed. After 10 years, now they have rented out. They have moved to new office 6,000 square foot. So they have moved to the new office 6,000 square foot. Now they have a 4 washroom where they can use like differently, right? And okay. And then another thing was, so Carol asked a question to Atomy staff, right? Because so she's a center head and she's a leaders club, so she's consistently talking with the Atomy staff, and she asked a question. You haven't seen me from the beginning. You saw me from the time that I got my first check of $67, and you see me now after 9 years. I become a leaders club who's making $10,000 income. Don't you want to do Atomy? So that's a question she asked the staff, Atomy staff. I mean, you see many people who's making a great income, but you are just making salary. So don't you want to do Atomy? Their answer is yes, we want to do Atomy business too, but they cannot because CEO Hanguk Park made a rule. So for Atomy staff, so if you are being employed as Atomy, including yourself, your close family members cannot register, cannot do Atomy business. Way back then, CEO Hanguk Park said, okay, for 6 months, yourself or your close family weren't allowed to do Atomy business for 6 months. But after 6 months, yes, you can register or be a consumer. But now it has been extended to 2 years. So let's say I am hired as an Atomy employee, including myself, my parents or my relatives won't be able to become a member of Atomy. So that's a rule that CEO Hanguk Park made. But we don't have to feel sorry because Atomy Canada, not Atomy Canada, Atomy, the employees who are hired in Atomy, they have a great system. They what types of office they have it, and Atomy has been selected as a #1 company to work for in Korea. So they have a great facility to work, and they have a great system, right? Great social system to work. So probably that's why CEO Hanguk Park extended. You're not allowed to work for 2 years. You're not allowed to be a part of Atomy member for 2 years. I think that's about it. That's the last question. That's about it, right? So that's a recover from yesterday's lecture.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.